What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing a Raid Shadow Legends video, which is a little strange because typically I stream Raid Shadow Legends and I've only done it a couple of times, but today I'm finally making a video on Raid Shadow Legends. So obviously this video is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. Thank you very much for reaching out. I greatly appreciate it. So now that I'm doing a video about it, a dedicated video, there's not as much like hectic time constraints. I can kind of go at my own pace and explore it a little bit, introduce new people who are maybe interested in the game to some of the mechanics, how it works, all of the new events that are going on for the month of July, all that good stuff. So let's get right into it. Raid Shadow Legends has over 4 million users, 250 million downloads, 800 champions, 16 factions, 1 million builds, and over 30 unique bosses. There are constant monthly updates, super high store reviews across all platforms. You can play it anywhere, and you can play with your friends and family in your own clan. For a limited time only, Ninja is back in Raid Shadow Legends. A strong legendary character is once again available for returning players of Raid. Super simple how to get this guy. Download Raid using my link in the description or the QR code in the top left hand corner of the screen. You can get yourself Ninja by entering the promo code Ninja Returns. Ninja's a very powerful legendary character, probably someone that I would want on my roster, and he's making a limited time comeback. So if you download the game using my link, enter the promo code Ninja Returns, you can get yourself a legendary ninja. Additionally, there are giveaways going on. Hashtag We Finally Played It. Players who download the game using my link or the QR code, go to wefinallyplayedit.plarium.com, enter their Raid player ID, have a chance to win a bunch of different prizes, a VR headset, a gaming console, Amazon gift cards worth up to $2,000. All you have to do is go to wefinallyplayedit.plarium.com, upload a video of yourself playing Raid, and be entered to win all of these fantastic prizes. One last thing, players who download the game using my link will immediately get the epic champion Gaelic from the Orcs faction. You can look at him here with his dual-bladed axes looking absolutely killer. And if you reach level 15, you can get the epic champion Zargla. I almost mispronounced that, but Zargla, the additional epic champion from the Orcs as well. Again, that is if you reach level 15 from downloading the game using my link. Now, let's get into some of the gameplay. Like I said, there's a lot to do in Raid, there's a lot to cover, lots of free goodies for the month of July and August, so make sure if you want to play the game, download it using the QR code at the top of the screen, up there in the left corner, or in the links in the description down below. So, one more thing before we get going here, if you'd like to join me in my Raid clan, I just created a new clan actually, I've got a couple of people in it now. Use that tag right up there, MSD's Hideaway. MSX is our tag. So, if you'd like to join my clan, go ahead and do so. Would love to have more people in there from the community. Anyway, so much to do in Raid, like I said. I do want to show off the campaign, just kind of an introductory look at Raid. Go up to where I currently am in the campaign using my strongest team to show off what Raid is all about. Now, for people who really want to get into the depths of Raid, you definitely want to run the autoplay function because that will allow you to farm your resources way faster, farm XP to boost up your characters, and get through the lower level content very quickly so you can reach that pinnacle. I'm not going to turn it on right now because I want to show an example of the combat. As you can see, behind my webcam here are the additional special moves of my characters. You want to have the game on ×2 speed just to speed things up a little bit, because while the animations are really cool and awesome, you don't want to have the time spent on the animations at all times, because sometimes they can be kind of time consuming. So we're going to toss our, I call it the Gates of Hell, from my orc over here, and then we just lay down the green mist. I have no idea what these moves are called, but in my head canon, they are the simple yet effective, chain splice. That doesn't matter. I like calling it that. So, Raid is a turn-based combat game. You get your turns, then the opponent gets the opponent gets their turns. So, ideally, what you want to do is kill the opponent before they have a chance to retaliate. And how you do that is you use your strongest characters. Now this team right here is definitely my strongest. I have some healing capabilities. I have my tank. I just did a taunt with this guy right here. I just taunted with my level 50. He's my strongest. And now he's way beefed up on defense, so my opponents are more likely to attack him, but because he's taunted, he's way tankier, and my other characters who don't have as much health and don't have as much defense can actually survive a beating way longer, because my tank is leading the charge, leading the attacks led by the opponents, and he's really taking it like a champ, because look at the health he's lost. Barely anything. So now we're going to just burn their HP. As you can see, something I point out in some of my live streams is every character in Raid has a burned animation, and that goes for a lot of other effects too, like being frozen. It's so cool, and the attention to detail for the character models, for every single character to have a different animation when they're under some kind of damage over time effect. I think it really shows that they care about the models in the game, and they want to make the experience as authentic as possible. So I appreciate that from a design standpoint. We're just finishing up here. My taunt has expired on my leader, so my level 50 leader is no longer self-taunted. I could go for a heal right now. I might as well. Continuous heal, and then it protects my allies. As you can see, we're healing every time it is our turn to strike. Let's throw the Gates of Hell one more time, and then we'll toss the singular sword attack. We've got one more opponent here, and yeah, his night is over. We drop a chain cage on top of him, and that's it. Rhuarc is the leader of my team. I'll show him off in a second here, but that's an example of what the story combat looks like. There's a bunch of other different types of combat in this game. I can show that off right now. That was the campaign. There's also the arena, which we can head into right now. This is a live arena, so I'm going against another player. Queuing up here, kind of similar to other live PvP arenas that you could see. This is actually a very strong player, similar to my own roster. And whether we win or whether we lose, doesn't matter. Does not matter. We're going to confirm here. This is like a draft system, so you're just picking from your available characters. I just picked my leader here. They just picked two of theirs, so now it's my turn. Of course, I cannot not grab my orc here, and my Living Tomb Drenge, I believe his name is, who has been with my account since the beginning, so he's been a very impactful character for me. And then we're going to finish off here. We're going to grab this healer, and then I think we'll grab the level 37 archer as well, just to kind of round off the roster. Now, I am definitely underpowered in this matchup. I think I'm going to lose this one, but that's totally fine. We're just here for a good time, not a long time. So, the arena is on. We are about to start in around 20 seconds here. Now, who am I going to ban is the question. Probably their strongest here. That's who I'm going to ban. And my team leader will have to be the orc now because my Rhuarc got banned. So, yeah, this is a cool system, kind of similar to Battlegrounds and Marvel Contest of Champions and other one-on-one systems where you're going against the opponent's AI team. So, yeah. We have the times 2 play here. My team just got absolutely destroyed in about 2 rounds. So definitely don't do what I did and be underpowered, because I just got rocked. So if you're doing the arena, make sure you actually have some teams available at your power level, because I just got absolutely destroyed. But again, that was the fun of it. I wanted to show off the matchmaking system. There's also the classic arena where I can choose other people's accounts to go up against, like this person right here. I can use my strongest team. I'm actually going to drop you for this man right here. This is the classic arena, which allows me to choose instead of getting paired up against people way stronger than me. Now, my team is still getting rocked here, and might cause me some trouble, but if I can take my opponent out quicker than they can take me out, then we're going to be good. We're just absolutely spamming attacks here, trying to, again, take them out before they take me out. I think they're going to get a chance to take out my healer here, so I just had to try and heal, but my buff got blocked, so we're kind of in a bad way here. Now, just trying to deal some damage, trying to deal some decent damage, take people out, but I think we're probably at the end of the line here. Yeah, and there we go. So we were very close there, no dice, but like I said, that is the nature of the game, the nature of the arena. I was super close there. He had, what, 3 opponents left, and one of them was basically hanging on to life. So you can get very close to winning here. I mean, it's at the end of the day, it's just based on your account strength. So clearly my champions need to be boosted up a little bit so they can hang with the arena characters, hang with the players in this arena, and make that matchmaking a little more even, because I definitely got outmatched in that first match specifically. The second match was a lot closer. I was coming back there at the end, but like I said, that is the nature of the game. You do the campaign to level up your characters, get XP, go into arena, you can do dungeons, faction wars as well. There's so many different places to play in Raid. But before we head off here, I do want to show off some of my favorite characters, my favorite champions in Raid. Of course, Green Warden Rhuarc is the leader of my team. He is the guy that has literally carried me through story content and progress with my entire account here. He is I call him the leaf leader because all around him are trees and leaves. In the middle of his chest is a face, and you know, that can be a little unsettling for my opponents, just trying to scare them off a little bit. So Rhuarc is easily my favorite. He's the leader. I love his armor. It's so cool. The shield he has is a person. It's so aesthetically pleasing. He looks like a warrior birthed from the trees, and like protecting the forest is his life. Of course, I couldn't go away without talking about the Walking Tomb Drenge, my second favorite character in Raid. As you can see on the back here, he literally has a person. He is a walking tomb, like I said, Walking Tomb Drenge. He is probably 8 to 9 feet tall, and he carries the deceased body of what I can only assume to be some kind of ruler on his back at all times. So I love this design. It honestly might be my favorite design. I think Rhuarc is my favorite character because of what he's done for my team, but design wise, I love the Walking Tomb Drenge. And of course, Nogdar the Headhunter, one of my first 5-star characters. This guy carried me early on through progression. As you can see, there are 2 half-cut flaming skulls on the back of his head with horns going through them. So Nogdar, I wish I had him at maybe a higher level because I would love to keep using him, but I've decided to invest in other characters aside from Nogdar. But he'll always have that place in my account as someone who propelled me early on through progression and got me to places I wouldn't be at today without his help. So I love Nogdar, one of my favorites as well. And then one of my newest characters, Artak. This is a orc that I just got a couple of weeks ago, maybe a month ago or so at this point, but he has shot to the top of my roster and is easily one of my strongest attackers. That Gates of Hell move that I talked about earlier in the questing, that's his move. So I think he's incredible, and I really am looking forward to getting him leveled up in the future. To end off here, I think it's only fitting to open a Void Shard Crystal. Now, there is a chance I can get a legendary champion here, so let's just see what happens. Okay, no legendary champion. This is a 3-star scrapper. Ironically, this guy's face kind of reminds me of the wrestler CM Punk. I'm not sure if you guys see that too, but this is what he reminds me of. But no luck today on the Void Shards. We have some Ancient Shards as well. I could summon 10 really quick, just for the sake of it. We can see if we can get lucky out of these shards too. Looks like we did get a couple of 3 stars. Any 4 stars? A 4-star would be great. Okay, looks like we got no 4 stars, so the luck of the draw is not on our side today, unfortunately. But at the end of the day, that is the risk you take when gambling for some of these crystals. You get lucky sometimes, you don't get lucky other times. So, I think that's going to be all for this Raid showcase today. Overall, like I've said in the past, I do think Raid Shadow Legends is a pretty good game. If you like fantasy RPG turn-based combat, Raid has that and more. There's a continuous story that gets updated every month. The lore of this game actually runs pretty deep, so if that's something that you are interested in, definitely consider checking this game out. Very free-to-play, player-friendly. Free-to-play, player-friendly. That's a mouthful. So, if you want to start playing Raid, you don't really have to start from the bottom and having nothing, because free-to-play players can propel super quickly as long as you're just playing consistently. So if you are interested in playing Raid, you want to check it out, use my link either in the description, in the pinned comment, or there's a QR code in the top left corner of the screen. If you want to play Raid, I highly consider checking it out. Using my link will only help the channel and help me further, so if you would like to gain all of those juicy rewards that I talked about at the beginning of the video and you want to give Raid a try, please download the game using my link or scan the QR code. Thank you again to Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring the channel. I greatly appreciate it. Make sure, if you have not already, to subscribe, like, and comment. I want to know what you think. Tell me if you started playing Raid. If you have been playing Raid, what do you think? I want to know all about it. And before I forget, please remember, if you do download the game from my link, you immediately get the Epic Champion Gaelic from the Orc Squad. So that is just for downloading the game using my link. You immediately get him. And if you reach level 15 from my link, you additionally get the Epic Champion Zargala, also from the Orc Squad. Just wanted to hammer that home, make sure people know that if you want to download the game, you reach these certain milestones, you get these additional champions. Really cool stuff. So, in any case, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.